Hey guys, you already know this is your girl Whitney for Whitney Escapes, and today we're back with another book discussion. And tonight, author is Camille, and the book is, if you haven't read, is The Weight of Us. So, for no further ado, let's bring on this author Camille. Hi,
Hello.
how are you doing on this snowy evening?
I'm doing good. It's not snowing where I'm at. It's
A
cold.
blizzard outside, so I'm glad everything's up and working. So, Miss Camille, please tell our viewers a little bit about yourself so they are familiar.
I started writing my first novel in I say February last year, and it's like the first time of me trying to attempt to write a book. I'm normally like I can write notes and little cards and stuff like that. So I was like, let me try something out. And so I was like, oh yeah, I got something right here going. So I just kept at it. So
Girl,
then around October, I said, I'm gonna put it out there, see what they say about it.
I am like floored, I'm telling you, because I've been doing this for a couple of years, 3, 4 years. I don't remember how many years, but I've been doing this book club thing for a couple of years, virtually, and have authors every month. And I read over 100 books a year. And I was floored when I read the book. And I was like, I cannot believe this is her first book.
My first one.
Amazing. Like your pen game, I'm like, I can't wait to see what you have coming because I'm like, you came out here swinging. Like, oh, I'm about this life. This is my. And what made you decide to write?
Because I was always like write little notes and stuff, leave notes around like with my husband or whatever. And I say I'm not a talkative person, but when I write it on a note, a little text message, I text you all day, a little long letter.
So that's
But
how you
talking, well, yeah. Uh,
girl. So the way of what? How do you come up with this concept?
so I used to work in the hospital, I'm in the medical field, so I would see like different stuff like every day. So you kind of get like the medical field vibe in the book. So I
Hmm.
started actually writing that in between waiting for my patients in the emergency room. And it was just like I see so much crazy stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just about to write some of this stuff that I be seeing and hearing.
It did feel real. Like I was like, I was telling my mother about this book. I said, Mom, this author, I can't believe this is her first book. She writes so well, but I'm like, I can really feel like this could be somebody's real life. Like how you went is a love story with the drama, with the I guess the characters, and I love. And you know what's very interesting? That I love that you did. You had three people talking. I love when multiple people are talking in the book.
Uh-huh.
In your first book, you have three people talking in it. I was like, oh, she ain't playing. Like I love that. I was like, yes. And it was hilarious. I freaking love freaking. Wait, am I coming with his name? Tasha and Joelle. Julie.
Yeah, there's uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm coming with it, but yeah,
You got it.
love them. Like they made the dynamic and the depth of this book was like you had people who are hilarious, you had the serious, you had of course heartbreaking stuff. You went so many different ways in this story. We you know what? We only got an hour. Y'all see how I got my notes. Like I always be prepared because I know I'll get so excited and I was like lose my point of thought. But there's certain points that we have to talk about because we have to talk about how you came in swinging. Talk about how she raised her brother and then tragedy happened. Like that was like in the first first or second chapter. Like talk about what made you go this route.
I wanted to do it like that because I wanted people to get hooked from like that first page. And it's like I said, I want to have something like really going in kind of like every chapter where they can keep reading, don't want to put it down.
You did that, girl. Like for real. Because I was like, you know what, I'll wait. Because I always read the book the week prior that we're going to do it. So this week I said I'm going to read it. But I was reading upstairs. Well, like, you know what? Most of the authors' first books don't be that long. Don't be this stuff. So I'll probably get through it. And when I said, oh my God, I got to read all these pages by tomorrow. I will support. My husband, you still up? I said, boy, I'm reading this book. I'm reading so good. It's a page turner. And my friend, I can't believe you said that. I said, but the point of the matter, the book was, like you said, every chapter you try to figure out what's going on. I'm putting pieces together in my head. I'm like,
Mhm.
I think this is gonna happen. Oh my God, why did he just? But I think it was key that you also did at the beginning, because if of Sin didn't, shoot Isaiah, by
Mhm.
accident, wouldn't have a death. And then I loved how, you had where they rush Mara to the emergency room. She's saving this other person while and she comes to that epiphany, like, oh, I'm saving people, but I couldn't even save my brother, like he was gone, like all these different emotions. Like you came from the jump, like pulling on my heartstrings. I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. He falling for her. She don't know she killed the brother. Oh my, you just
Mhm.
came out. I didn't know how to feel. It was suspenseful. It was dramatic. I was
Right.
like, and then a hot mess, dear girl. I, I I don't know where to go with this. Like I don't even know where to go because the characters are okay. Let's break down these characters. Let's talk about Naya. So how do you come with Naya's character? Because she's a strong woman.
Not right. She's pretty much like, I would say I kind of made her like myself. Like, no matter what going on, you can't just, stop your life. You got to keep going or whatever. Like, I don't know if you remember in the part of the book where it was like, if one emergency happened, it kind of sidetracked everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she was like always at work. Like, she can't stop work, because if that happened, she still got bills and stuff to pay.
Exactly. And
So it was, I want to make her, like a strong black woman.
she was definitely that because trauma after trauma, and she was such a sweetheart. Like I love the fact that in the beginning, he went 2 years prior. And she was talking about how she got out of the system. Her mother dropped her off, her and her brother in the system, and she never knew her father. When she got 18, she signed the papers to get her brother. Brushed her behind. She loved this young man, and then she was dating Derek. All these things. She went to put herself in nursing school, helped him get school, and then this tragedy happened. He's walking home with his friend, and he gets killed by wrong place, wrong time type thing.
Right.
But I love how you went and gave us her background, like to know that she was a sweetheart, like even the field that she did, being a nurse, want to help save people, going through all
Mhm.
those different things, care for her brother. Because a lot of people could go in the system, but they don't go back and get their siblings. Um,
Right.
you put her life on hold. And I thought that was just so beautiful how showed her, and even with Derek, and then Derek being a mechanic, but then trying to get that fast money and get locked up, come back, he's another person. You know what I'm saying? And now
Mm.
I love the part later in the story when you be like when he was like control and she goes no, now I just found who I am. You know what I mean?
Right. Uh-huh. She's better now. She got herself like, her mind track is different. Like, what you,
Exactly.
yeah, it's a
I
whole
said it
different
all the
person.
time. I love that you put that in there because as a woman, I even say that to my husband sometimes, and I'm just like, I always do, like, why are you doing check-ins? I said, we've been together for over 20 years. I'm not the same person.
Exactly.
Nothing. It's just we're not the same people. So I love that she found herself, but then she looked at him like, I'm not the same person. You changed, and I changed, but you're not willing to accept the woman I became
Exactly right. And it was eating him up too.
because she wasn't weak.
Yeah, and all he can think about is, well, is this someone else? No, it's me working.
Exactly, it's the control thing. And the crazy part about it, through all, even when he was accusing her and all those crazy stuff, everybody, even the guy, the mechanic, was like, "Are you sure this ain't a control thing? Is not?" He was like,
Right.
he's still telling him the same thing. He knew it was that, but he didn't want to admit it.
Uh-huh. Because he called him out on it.
Call him out on it. But I liked how you kind of dragged out his story.
Hmm.
Like, did it happen? And like, I already knew. I'm like, yo. But even when he called the guy and he was like, yeah, what's she doing? And she was somebody else. And how he was talking about him, I was like, wait, is there something going on? Like, I started like, God, it's like, I said, oh, she ain't going where I think she going, and you went where I thought she was going. I was like, OMG. We're gonna definitely get into that because girl, how she found out might drop. Let's see. Is any of the characters based on inspired true stories? Can you see is any of the characters based on or inspired by any true stories or people in your life? You did kind of hint at that at the end of the book.
Right. Yeah. I would say I would maybe three people in there. Yeah.
Is Derek one of them?
I I plead the fifth.
I was saying, ooh, oh my god, oh my god. I okay. Let me go back because you know y'all know I'll be jumping, but y'all should feel the same way if you read the story. And if you did, shame on you because you gotta go back. But girl, so her baby brother died. You know what I'm saying? They end up saving his best friend Mar, which I was happy. Like I was nervous about Mar, all that blood and how you describe it. Girl, attention to detail. Amen to you. You described her so well, Camille. I loved it because I tell people I'm a detail person, and you did a fabulous job when you described like the blood is coming out and like the you like the ER, everything that was going on. I feel like I was there. I really did.
And that's what I was trying to do, like make you feel like you in that scene.
I did.
Because I know I got some like some of the reviews, they were saying like I was too detailed. I'm like, no, I just want to make sure people, actually can feel themselves in that moment.
Tell those people they are wrong. I said that's what books are for. Books are for
Right.
detail. Movies cut out scenes and stuff like that. You read the book because you want the detail, you want the background, and you did that. And I loved it. I'm like, this girl, I don't know where she's going with it, but I was here for the whole freaking journey. I love this book. I really, really did. And I'm really kind of sad that this is your only book because I like to read like more. I'm like, that was very right. Drop another book. You had me in here. Let me see. Make sure we talk about the accident, protecting yourself, drive by shooting. Okay, let's see. So listen. Let me see. Derek show. Okay. Then all this is happening, and Derek Hot Mess shows up at the hospital.
Oh, right in front of everybody. Don't care where she is. I'm like, this girl is at work. Why are you coming on down with that stuff?
Girl, I know something like that happened to a friend of mine, and I was like, I ended up hitting my friend like, do you know that your husband is out here spreading all your business? He was like, what? It wasn't even accurate. What is insecurity? So that's why I tell people, I'm like, I'm tired of people saying they're men or women. I said, no, you guys old children. You're old boys, you're old girls. But none of you guys are men or women nowadays because if you were, you'd be secure in who you are. This was showing that he's not insecure. He wasn't insecure in anything because she had a job, because she's making her own money, and she'll need you to feed her and take care of her. Like, come on now.
Exactly.
So I want to ask, so does this happen a lot at the hospital?
Yes. I'm telling you, like every 5 minutes, the code gray going off. Yes.
You had it in here a couple of times. So I was like, I wonder if this always happening in code.
Yes, I'm telling you, like every so often, that code would go off.
Oh my God. And the security got to come and get people up. That's so embarrassing. He coming up there. Yeah, who you sleeping with? You think it's, I'm like, she working a double. She tired. This is what you come in there making the freaking scene for everybody. I like when she pulled herself together and went outside and checked his behind.
Right. She was like, ain't no way he finna do this in front of my coworkers. Let me go out here.
Girl. And then, so now we in the house, the since friend Mara got shot. So, he's in there. He was attracted to her when he first saw her, not when she took him in the back. And he's like, he just loved how during chaos, she was still so calm. And now she's doing her rounds, and she goes into the room with him and he's trying to talk to her. She always thought he was mysterious with the hood and everything. And then, he asked about, are you okay, about what happened and all that good stuff, and how she briefly opened up with what's going on. What really pissed me off about Derek, to hashtag back to him, is that he's doing all of this knowing that she's just dealing with the death of her brother.
Right. And like he's just putting it on the back burner.
Like that is what really was throwing me about him. Like, and she kept trying to say, like, she's like, you don't even, why can't you just love me soft? Like, you're harassing me, thinking I'm going through all these things. You're at work. He's so needy. He was so freaking needy. Like he was her child instead of let her grieve and try to process the best that she knew how. And it's just like, and even when he asked me about his ego, like, um, I was like, this guy is getting on my nerves. He was pissing me off. Even before I found out what we're going to talk about later, but just because I can't imagine being a young girl, who raising her brother and put herself to school, and so called in a relationship, and then boom, her brother's taken from her, and she's saving all these people's lives. A person who should be there comforting you is accusing you in her bad.
accusing you.
Ooh, that's a good one. Have you ever been in a toxic relationship like that?
I have. Who is that? I feel like they trying to win. They trying to get to the bottom of this. They trying to see which character real.
But you, girl, the book so real. These right? Who's this toxicity man? This is a healing process. This could be somebody's deliverance.
Yeah, right. I see.
Because he was so toxic and annoying. I even put on my theory. So no, I put that in my notes. He was just pissing me off.
And I was just about to say, he pissed me off.
But I knew because he also grew up in the system, I was like, it has to be some type of childhood trauma that he just never dealt with because he was just way too left field for me. And it was pissing me off. Like he really was.
And now that it's done, like I look back. I'm like, I wanted to. I should have did more on his end and put that in there. But like with me, just starting writing, I didn't know too. You know too much about this writing. So, but now looking back, I'm like, man, I wish I would have had said more about Derek's past, and where it can all just be laid out.
I like how you did it. I'm gonna ask about the spinoff. I think I know how she should write the spinoff. Are you gonna have a spinoff for the other characters? Are we gonna get like a book of any of the friends? Like Mar in the ending, he wasn't with nobody. I saw Ken got married and had a baby, but that's the first time we heard about it in the epilogue that you put at the end. And we still don't know about Tasha and Jules. Are they gonna have a story because they ain't married?
Yeah, they next. Yeah, they working my nerves right now.
Oh my God, they are so funny. They are. I love that their characters. I love Joel's personality. He just and I don't want to skip ahead, but I don't care. We'll go back and forth. Y'all should have read the story. When he FaceTimed them, what made you come up with that scene? And I swear I love that she was like, no, don't hang up the phone. I want to watch this.
Because that's me. I'm like, let me see what's going on.
Ah, what made you put the having a sex scene and he FaceTime his friend time? Let me tootsie roll up in that.
So he just said some off the wall stuff, like it just out the blue. But
I can't wait for their book. I think their book is gonna have me like peeing laughing because his character and even here that he tells I'm talking about all the places they have sex in this book, and they're not even the main people, the main characters of this book. Well, there's some strong supporting cast because I'm telling you, they had me dying, and he's so blunt with everything. Like you just
right, they don't care where they at,
oh my
all
God,
up in their man mama house.
in the mama house and the delivery room and the bounty. They didn't care. They didn't care where they were. Like when she had to leave work and shit, don't get fired.
Right.
There's so many sex scenes with them. I'm like, and they like, this is how good the story is. I'm like, they're not even the main characters, but I look forward to when they was popping up in here and on their foolishness. And I love the part too that Ken always dying laughing because Ken barely said anything, and all you keep writing about him just laughing in the corner like he can't even like keep himself together.
Right, he tried to hold it together. He tried to be so, like strong, but he was so tired of Joel.
He is so funny. And back to Derek, like we have the funeral, and Sin pays for it. Doesn't know that it's the nurse he likes, brother, and when Jules told him that was like crazy too. I know that had been like crushing to him. Like, what? Like all he's like, that was crazy. And then try to figure out how to navigate his feelings for her, knowing that he's the reason for her pain. Let's talk about that. How do you come up with that, and how do you like get through that writing when it comes out to Sin's character?
I was saying, I was just trying to see, like, I was just saying, like, you never know what your heart wants, and how that person gonna come to you. So sometimes, you can't fight it. You just gotta let it play out. If that's what you want, that's what you want.
Exactly, because even so,
So,
reading this, I was thinking about that. I was like, you know what? I know she. I don't want to say it yet. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because I want to go into something else. I talk about it. How she finds out. I want to talk about that is. But I thought it was interesting how you did that because it also shows that with the heart wants to hold up. That's true.
right.
And
Uh-huh.
it shows too. Like I think that was a pivotal point of his life. You know what I'm saying? When he did that and it haunted him, him waking up in the sweats and all that type of stuff. I think it let him know like I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of was always his way of kind of stepping away from street game, and then he meets her, finding out like who she is. He started liking her because her demeanor. And then find out that was her brother. I think like those like elements that you put in this book really like molded him to really want to be a better person.
Yeah, because he took out a kid like a kid. And so, like, he used to grown man, but right there, that was like an accident. They, start shooting at him first. So it ain't like he just went up to him and just
Hmm.
shot him. He was shooting back at who was shooting him. And he just happened to be, coming by.
Uh,
So after that, he was like, yeah, I gotta step away from this because the bullet don't got nobody name on it.
um, I want to talk about how when after the funeral, and they're home and all that type of good stuff, and she still kind of, she didn't want him around. She couldn't go home because she didn't want to do her brother. But after the funeral
Right.
was all further, then she went back to Derek's place, and how he was trying to have sex with her. Jacob Thompson, I think you said, you just stated she needed his big D. Like what? Why do
Right.
you
Like
talk about that?
that,
Because
that is not what I need because some men are like that. They don't care what you got going on. They make that moment or whatever about them. It is not about you right now.
mm-mm, I hate that. I like when you wrote that. I felt that was so point on, but it also made me smack him in the sticky face. I'm like, do you really think climax is going to take away my pain,
It's right. Like, come on.
girl? But that's so typical.
That's why she was like not even in it in that moment.
And then on top of that, he tried anal. He tried to do,
Right. Where did that come from? Right.
and she's like, "What? No." And I was just like, "That's when my brain starts turning." Because after he called the guy to sneak up on him, remember?
Uh-huh.
So
So
you that I'm like, that's why I felt you played it so good because you kept it like suspenseful. Like you was putting little clues in there and see if we was gonna connect the freaking dot. And I was,
right.
because I was like, because remember he's like, oh, I got this little thing, and there was a guy who took it out and all type of stuff, and I was like, and after that, when she was the part where they didn't do anything, and he got mad and she left, and then he called the guy over.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about it. You wrote it. You talk about it. I couldn't
Hey.
believe it, but I was like, oh, I knew I was right. But you did it two ways too. That makes it like interesting. So the first time the guy came over, right? It was only he had him suck. Derek had the guy suck
She's got some hey, uh-huh.
uh-huh. And then he Derek penetrated him. So I was like, okay, maybe he went to jail, whatever. But then remember the other time
He took it for uh-huh.
when
He's
he felt like he was numb, he called the other guy.
right.
Talk about
He had to go there. So like Naya, she holding back and giving him what he want. And that's really what he wanted. But she went down to do that. So he had to go to what he, wanted.
what made you do make his character like that? I'm just so curious. Where, I'm curious because he was possessive, controlling. Before we talk about how she found out, because I think that was the most genius. I'm telling you, genius. I was like, oh no, she didn't. When you wrote that,
Look, I'm in Atlanta. This stuff happens. Like you would be so surprised at the stuff that be going on. Like, dude, come on now.
girl, I was floored. So then we find out. So then when she's really not talking to him, and mind you, he's stalking her. Um, he calls the other guy who, you know, now he's the one who's taking it in behind her. And remember, she's coming over because she wants to like break and say I'm
Hmm.
because she spent the night with Sin. They went to date. I thought that was cute how they went to the date and she said I'm gonna drive around. That was really cute. But she goes to Derek's house to like break it off with Derek, and he's kissing her in spots that he knows about because mind you, they were together for 5 years. And then she pulls out his pants. You need to talk about the scene because you wrote this scene. Go
And
ahead.
he's sitting there smoking, drinking, just got done with him. So he really ain't in his right mind to realize something is still, you know, hanging around. So it really ain't dawned on him that that's back there because he ain't really all the way there.
In the house things. I love that you did that.
And that's what I'm saying. He ain't cleaned up, took the garbage and nothing out,
And she finds the condom in his booty hole.
and slaps him with it.
Slapped him with it. I died. You hear me? I died. I said, I know I'm not girl. I said, no, she didn't. Mike freaking drop. And the crazy why I died because it was back to back to back. Mind you, she went to sit down, but when we were talking about Derek, so this is Derek. That's what I'm like. I used to be talking about Derek this morning, but it was such a trip and how you interacted with him. Like he just called the guy. Now he got this guy. Sometimes he feel this, and then that's why I think he did it perfectly because after that happened, he had the flashbacks. So to know that he was touched before, exactly disgusted, but so good at the same time because it was like wow, you put in like how this happened to him, and that's the only way he needed to feel. And then later on in the story, when she really like left him and stuff like that, and he felt like nothing, he started like talking about. I guess he's been molested since he was 7.
Hmm.
So it all, and he felt like so it made sense. Like I like you didn't tell us everything, but you kind of kept those like I said, making us connect the dots. Why he was so possessive and crazy because even when he was talking to Deshaun about like kidnapping and all that crazy stuff, he was basically showing us how deranged he was because it was control because that was the only person he felt really loved him for him.
Exactly right. Uh-huh.
So when she
And
didn't
he
want to
did,
be with him anymore, he went crazy.
yeah, crazy. And he didn't want to like just he couldn't let her go all the way like that because his secret would really just be out. So, Sean, he didn't even know that he was like that. So
Exactly.
he heard it around the way, but he didn't know for sure. And
Yeah,
so Derek was trying to keep it, tucked away.
girl, like
But when I got the picture, he knew something was it was gonna come out.
yeah, and he did it because he needed the penetration to feel alive, but he needed Naya, I guess, to feel normal.
Exactly. That's
Because
it.
I really do think he loved her.
He did.
Sick ways, but I'm like, any woman in right mind come home and see a condom hanging out their man's booty hole ain't gonna stay with you. Because now it's making me feel like how long you been doing this, and now
Doing this.
you could be opening that stuff to me,
Yep.
girl. Oh my god, let's go back to Sin and Naya, but girl, had to talk about it. I had to get that out because we still gonna talk about his Jermaine stuff yesterday, but when girl, I was on an emotional roller coaster. Vivian Green, I really was.
It was. I'm like, you up, you down, you up, you down.
Oh my god, he is great, but I could really see male and female twerking like acting crazy like that.
hmm
And be justified because they never dealt with their trauma and understood it. Like, he just kept on pacifying them. Like you put it in the book, when he went back to jail and he fought, but then they took advantage of him because he was all bark with no bite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been victimized his whole life, besides Naya. It's so sad and so sick at the same time.
And that's what, like, someone had came in my inbox. They were like, they were just starting reading. They was like, they was hating Naya at first on how she was treating Derek. I'm like, oh, baby, keep reading. I'm like,
I
you gonna change your mind.
I didn't hate how she treated him because I felt like she was a busy woman. Like I got it from
hmm
the but she's a busy woman. She's not the same. I knew it was gonna be a problem when I'm like, because I just knew he wasn't a man. For him to be like coming at her like that, like you got low
hmm
esteem. She's working. You know what I mean? She works a double job. You want to work a double job, take her son, and then take care of her brother and cookie meals. What the heck you doing all that? Nothing. Like get out of here.
Nothing.
You ain't even doing nothing. She out here busting her behind so that they could have something be stable. She got a house, and when he went to jail, she got her house, she got her degree, she got a good job. She's doing all these positive things for herself. Instead of you being her partner, you want her to do bare minimum and lean on you for stuff so you could feel like a man.
hmm
Instead of being a man. I hate when guys just be like, um, you don't make me feel like a man. I be like, no one can make me feel like a woman because I'm one. No matter what
Right.
doesn't change, I'm always gonna be a woman because that's who I was birthed to be. So I don't need anybody in this world to make me feel like one. So when people say that, I'm like, that's an inner problem, and it has nothing to do with it. So I knew from the jump, like it was a more of self worth. He has low self worth, and he was kind of like badgering her. You know what I mean? And it was making me sick. He was making me sick.
hmm
And then she lose her brother on top of that. Like right in the beginning, he was never comforting to her not one time.
Nope. It was all about his feelings, but he didn't never like.
Oh,
You, nope.
so
And
that
she
inbox.
kept telling him, "I'm grieving." Like, you not understanding. It ain't clicking.
Mm-mm. Now I remember one time you wrote about him actually really like, and the crazy part about it in your story too, you wrote like him having those times where he's like, "Oh, I'm like this ain't right," but he still ain't do right.
Right.
Freak out Mac. All right, let's go back to Sam. Who I really like Sam. I liked him a lot.
Yes. Sam was a sweetheart.
How you come up with his character?
His character is. Hmm, they're really just gonna make me say it. He's kind of a little. He's somewhat true.
That's sexy. That's really sexy. I liked him. I loved his character because one thing I tell all the authors when I read guys, I love when the guy can be vulnerable and you can see them grow.
Yep, and he didn't care who, was around when he was like that. He didn't care at all.
And I love that about him. I'm like, oh. And like they said, and he was very intelligent. I love an intelligent. But like how he, like even his friends was like, no, he's a thinker. He thinks things through. That's why I believe too the death of her brother to him was so traumatic because he plans stuff. He don't make mistakes. And for him to
Exactly.
make a mistake like that messed him up.
And in that moment, in that shooting, he wanted to go to Isaiah, but Joel told him, "No, get down. You can't. Don't go over there."
Yeah, and then Mark got hit. Had to get him out.
Yeah,
It was just so, and it happened so fast. So it was just crazy. But I liked him. I liked him so much because I understood why he didn't say anything, and I like his explanation because, like you said, it wouldn't have started. So kind of good. It's good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like the
hmm
deception, but I understood the deception because like he didn't have his intention of appear. That's why some people I like books because you see both sides of the story.
but he tried. I think it was like two times where he tried to tell her, but he just couldn't form the words to get it out.
hmm He did when he asked about the thing. When she was asking about the hoodie, but she didn't push. I think if she did.
hmm
He would have told her. And he really the reason I have so much grace for him too is because he really didn't know. Like when he even when he was flirting with her and stuff like that, he didn't
Yep.
know that it was her brother. He just paid for everything. Jules had to tell him. You know what I'm saying? So he genuinely didn't
hmm
know. And also because we know as readers that it wasn't no, he tried it ate him up alive. He didn't want to try to kill this person. So we knew he was remorseful for this and he didn't come at her on some creepy type stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Uh-huh.
So that's why I was rooting for him. And even like the mom said, you should have told him. But I said, I understood why he did it because how if you tell somebody off the rip, they're not going to give you
I was just
opportunity.
like, that it's not gonna be that easy. Like people like saying, why he just didn't tell it. It ain't that easy.
He was smart. Like, yes, he let her fall for him. And then, like, I can't do this anymore and tell her because if she didn't, if somebody tells me first of all, she's grieving, her freaking boyfriend is nuts, stressing her out, and then find out this guy who's nice, she probably would have turned him in. Like, he don't know her like that either.
Hmm
I killed your brother. So many domino effects that could really happen if it went another way. If he just came out, she don't got no loyalty ties to him.
Right. And then you see when she told Tasha that she knew who did it finally, and Tasha was like, "What? Tell her to tell her. And she was like, no, I can't, because it's sin. It's not that easy.
Exactly. Oh, I love how they were singing the little love songs in the car and stuff. I said, okay, I know it's often my era because she playing all the good songs.
Girl, yes, I love R&B. That old school stuff.
It was all good ones. And when she was like, "Oh, if somebody ever asked me to marry, I was gonna play this song," and he'd take note. I see. I love that. Actually, I love a man who pay attention.
Hmm
Like my sister always says, she goes, "When are you the easiest person to buy for or do something for?" He said, "Because you know what you like, and you make sure everybody." I said, "I swear, I think I'm easy. I'm the same person. I tell you what I like. I know what I want. I'm not difficult. And if you just pay attention, you shouldn't have to ask me anything about myself.
Yep. I'm the same way.
I'm just like, I'm me. Always been me. I like what I like, but I love even when he did do what she wanted to do. That was my song. They played that song at my wedding.
What is
I was just so nostalgic. I love that was my song. I said, oh my God. So that's what I liked about Sam. I'm looking at my notes to make sure. Okay, let's get back. So he didn't tell her yet. He took her out to the diner, which was nice. I like how he took his time with her and how he was texting her and like little cute little stuff, and then she knew that she liked him. And they started talking, going to his house. Oh, let's talk about that hot mess girl. The one who was giving him head when she called,
that?
and then she wanna cause a scene in the club.
Right. Like, Girl, if you don't go somewhere,
Why do women do that
want to be seen,
and make a fool of
like,
themselves? Girl,
like he didn't.
why? Why? Because if
She
he
just
wanted
she
to be with you, he would have been with you.
right, and she knew he wasn't finna go to all the way with her like that.
And embarrassing you something like he's like, girl, if he was important, I would be paying attention to you. I was like, oh, I hate when you embarrass people, but I'm like, sometimes you need to know a time and place. Like, obviously, even this one made me really mad at her in the beginning when she was giving him head and he picked up the phone and was talking to Naya like that. I'd be like, I know you lying. Right to the dick. Oh, this is dumb. That's who you want to be with? You are ha ha Kiki.
Oh,
This,
sure, still going while he on the phone.
yeah, girl, Kiki. Yeah, you know. I'm just saying. I was like, I was mad for the girl. I'm like, Heifer, how you been there trying to make
Pack
extra
up and go, girl.
girl? Like that's I can't even. She, oh, she pissed me off. She pissed me off because I just feel like, where's her self worth? You know what I'm saying? Then you see me in a club with, and you be like, oh, you wasn't saying that when I was. Now you telling everybody you sucking dick. Like, come on.
Right, all in front of everybody. But she just wanted to be so close to him for like his popularity. Uh, he didn't want none of that. She was
Embarrassed,
just a moment.
embarrassed, freaking sin. Oh my god, she pissed me off. So let's talk about sin and not sexy. Go ahead, you wrote it.
Which one?
The first one.
I was about to say not the one where he fell in the tub.
Oh my god, that was so. When he busted, and I love how he laughed about it because that was the first time after the incident. We was gonna talk about that, but I didn't want to talk about the incident yet. I want to talk about the first time when they connected, which I thought was good. And he, did all this stuff to her, had to stretch her out, and then he was like, "Oh, I gotta feel you."
Baby, he won't take his time with her.
And she was enjoying herself.
She right.
I was like, "Okay,
Like put that Joe on.
I could." Oh my god, they just have between all these sex scenes that you had was good but funny at the same time. I was just like, I could see. I'm like, she's a comedian. Like you have a great sense of humor. I could tell you're right. You have a great sense of humor. So then, they have that. You just nasty.
Right.
Oh my god, hold on. Okay, so then we have after that. Then we have the part where they FaceTime, which was hilarious. So then he meets. So he takes her. He wants to take her on a nice date. She meets his mom, and then that night he tells her,
Yep.
and it's of course she reacted how we expected her to react. During that time, how much Derek is plotting to kidnap her, not to hurt her, but to scare that little lion heifer because he specifically said he don't want to hurt her.
Just trying to get her to scare her back to him like that. Where you come up with that? That ain't gonna work.
Even the guy, Deshaun was telling him like, if we do this, it ain't gonna work. Like he's a freaking stalker. He was going crazy, mind you. He went to the workplace again. They went over there and beat him up again, and then all hell broke loose. So he one thing I gotta say before he kidnapped her, I loved how you put the voice him in bend the knee scene. Classic. I said, if you know, you know. And if you don't know, shame on you.
Right, because the day before, Drill's like, "Oh, look at this old boy to me," and you know. So I'm like, okay, so this next part, he's gonna be out there playing.
She go, what is that? You know where to find her. Even he's like, I even love that he sent the flowers and the chocolate. I was like, how she got my favorite chocolate? I was like, why she all be in my chocolates? But I love that he said, I just want to put a smiley face, even if it's for a second. You could throw everything away.
Yeah, exactly.
That I said, sin. That is what I'm talking about. Just want to put
Right.
a. Oh, I love him.
I know. I'm like, oh, I'm folded. I'm like,
And he sent the good chocolates. But I like that he took people advice like, yo, you got what you need is peace. Like, he was humble enough to be
mhm.
like, I messed up. I don't want to give her too much space, but I don't want to cloud her. Like, and everybody gave him sound advice. His village is a good village.
Right. They, it's a strong,
And they were dudes who was, or street dudes. That's one thing I have to give it to you because sometimes these street dudes, like, in real life in general, guys don't always give the best advice to their friends. And
they
they're
don't.
not even like married or anything, but they knew that he loved her and they gave him real advice, like real good advice.
And Mama Jackson,
Exactly. She told him it was just like I was like, oh, that I love that. So that happened. Then he comes to the job and Tasha told Jules like, oh, he came to the job again. He's bugging out. They go beat him up. Then that same evening, she gets kidnapped.
and a lot of people ask me like, why did Sin kept, why he kept sparing Barry? Like, if he would have just took him out, that wouldn't have happened. But you have to think, like, if he would have did that, then Naya probably would have been pissed off at him that he done took two people from her.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, he can't kill him because she mad at him, she's disappointed, but she loved him.
Hmm.
She found out all these things and she's still grieving. So even if she's pissed off, like that's still another grievance she has to go through. And what he was doing wasn't worth him to die for.
Right.
He didn't do nothing to her yet, but like he told her when Sin called nine, he was like, yo, he's really bugging, so watch out. But because she was already emotional, that's what's important for us, women and men, to be able to control our emotions so we don't be fools out here and let stuff happen to us. Because she wasn't even like, paying attention to nothing. Like she let what's figure in her car drive. I would never watch my friend get in a car and drive off and I'm just walking by myself.
And I'm gonna ask you, I'm like, okay, the people that read the book, do they feel the type of way that Tasha left her out there? So some people say yeah, some people say no. I don't think she really thought nothing would happen like that.
I just thought it was weird to me. Like me and my girlfriend walking to our car, like I'm not standing there watching her get in her car and drive off. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
we gonna watch each other get in the car. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna drive like you get okay, you in the car, you see me go in my car. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't like that. She stood there and watched Tasha get in the car. Okay, I'm gonna come to your house. You know what I'm saying? Like Tasha, like no. I just thought that was weird because she just stood there. It's not like she watched Tasha and then she still walking. You still be in the parking lot talking to people from the distance. Girl,
Uh-huh.
but she stood there. So what Tasha's supposed to do when they didn't have no proper communication? So that's the problem. I was like, why she didn't just walk to her car? And then when she's standing even the guy, she had the key in her hand. Calm or not, I've been opening my freaking car. Let me get my behind in this car because I don't know who the heck this person is talking to me in the parking lot. That did not see. And what pissed me off too, when I at that scene was that she already just this she didn't listen to her woman intuition. She felt something was off. She says eerie. The whole
Hmm.
time she was saying that she just ignored it. And I went to her, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I just feel off. Da, da, da. Make sure I'm good. Something. She didn't do anything. She was just in la la land. So, but it made a better story. I'm not gonna lie. I took her, and here we go. Girl, talk about this because this is just a lot.
Right. It writing it was a lot. I was like, do I want to go there? Do I? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Because like once you start writing it and it's in your head, you just got to keep going with it, you know.
Girl, that was just heartbreaking. But I couldn't start reading. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I
And
have to.
and and it's crazy because I'm like, it's a sad scene, but that stuff happened in real life. Like people, men or women, that they can't let go, and they resort to that kind of thing. Like it ain't just easy for them to walk away from it.
Mm. And the simple problem is he's like, I don't want to hurt you. Then at the whole time, he was getting deeper and darker. And like even this is what I loved about your writing is that you like described it so well. Like he was like the demon like is taking over me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he knew in the
Hmm.
moment that the demons he had inside of him was like overpowering everything that was going on. You gotta feel what I feel. Now you know how it is. And that had to be so painful. So painful how he just raped her in her behind hole, no lube, no nothing. I was like, oh, I can't even imagine. I just said, Lord, take me down.
All right,
Rape
it was just all flashing back in his head, and he just
everything that happened,
doing it. Yep.
stabbed her, punched her in the face. Then he got other people trying to run trains on her. I'm like, this dude is crazy. Like he literally, like was I believe like kind of was having an out of body experience. He sent a picture to you know he's gone.
Like he forgot all about what he told Deshaun. Like he just, trying to get her to come back. He done went a whole different level.
And then the shine and the having sex with her too. Like what kind of
Yeah.
I was very disappointed in him. Because
Yep.
in the beginning, he was trying to talk some sense into his little friend, but as soon as the opportunity presented itself, she bleeding out, busted face, busted on you on top of top and take this dick.
Yep.
That's when he died. I was just so like, oh, sick to my freaking stomach. He comes, then boom, the hero comes. Thank you, because you don't know we share location. Sen comes in, killing up everybody, going crazy. Oh my god. Takes her to the hospital. She blacks out, and the prayer. I said, what a way to wake up.
And and I would say that scene that is from a true experience. That scene.
Girl, that just touched me. I said, if anything ever happened to me, even that tonight, if I go to sleep and I wake up my husband praying over me, I think that's the sexiest thing.
It is. I would say, yep, that happened. Shit, you wake up and you got someone praying over you that
To,
you wouldn't in your mind think, gonna be sitting up praying like that.
and you could tell it came from his core. Like he meant that prayer. And it's beautiful part about it, it wasn't about him.
Mm-mm.
He prayed for her, make sure she healed, let you know she's beautiful, she whole. I said, oh God. And she couldn't even ask him, that was for me. Like, that's so touching. I said, girl.
Like, girl, you better get your get your man.
Okay. And then they find out what day she pregnant.
Yep.
And I want to say thank you for that because I'd be really pissed off if she found out later that she was pregnant. She didn't know who the baby daddy was. So I'm happy that she made sure that she's pregnant enough weeks that we know it was sin.
Yeah, because I'm like, she done been through enough.
That's what I'm saying. It's been too much. I said I've been too traumatic. Even like no, not know both babies gonna make it. Like that was traumatic enough, which I like because it still kind of kept with the scene with so much stuff happened. But I was like, if she got pregnant later and God forbid it was there, I would have died. I would have died. I was like, oh, I'd be so mad at you, girl.
And look, and then that had to like kind of put something wrong with one of the babies because I'm like, this stuff that Derek did to her, it got to be something with one of the babies. No.
Yes, that was good. I love that. I love that. She stayed in the hospital. I loved how she accepted something that we don't always do. Accept help
Mm-hmm.
from him, his mom,
Mom,
therapy.
yep.
Like she did what she had to do. And I loved in the process of her doing that, he also showed her that he was changing as well. That he wasn't just trying to be in the streets and trying to do all these crazy things. I love that. And I loved in the process he never tried to touch her.
Exactly.
I love that. And everybody's like, oh, you just want something. He was like, nah. What I
Mm,
got upstairs. He loved her, not trying to rush her, not to do anything sexual with her. No, he loved her enough to heal her
mm.
and knew that she's the one he always wanted, no matter what. And I just thought that was so, so beautifully done.
Yeah, because even when she initiated it, he was like, "You sure?" So he didn't want to, sit there.
Yeah, then he busted behind in the shower. Oh my God. Then he tried to be extra freaky and busted behind in the shower. That was so funny. Um, her going back to work, being strong enough to do that, then her also being strong enough to walk away. I love that as well. Um, but the day she walked away, the proposal,
Yeah,
and that was my song too. I was like, ah,
and to
that
do it at the one place that she loved to be at.
exactly. And that's how you know. That's why I love that he paid attention. Even all the friends there, it was just, it was beautiful. Um, them having the babies, him breathing like, oh, who having a baby? You and me. Throughout the whole book, I love your sense of humor. It lightened up. One beautiful thing about it, even though there was so much crazy stuff going on, like the sense of humor lightened up the book, and it was still,
Yeah,
you did a fabulous job. And of course, the friends having sex in the bath. Oh my God, having sex in the bathroom.
setting off that alarm. Them some horny frogs.
False alarm. Then they freaking at the family cookout. She pregnant again. The epilogue. Having sex in the bouncy house. Like they just can't get it right. Just can't get it right. I just want to tell you, this book, 5 stars, hands down. Like
Thank you.
I'm telling, I couldn't find anything wrong with this book. I couldn't find anything wrong with it at all. I thought it was very well written, and everybody know I read over 100 books a year. You could follow me. I show all the books I read. I could talk about every last one of them. This was such a good.
And a lot of folks, um, I think a lot of older people can really connect to this book more because they see the message in it. Like y- sometimes life happens, like he didn't mean to, kill her brother. He didn't even know it was her brother, but he was like attracted to her. He wanted her.
Exactly. And another beautiful thing about this book, and I hope that people understand, is that we need to give people time to really, express themselves. Like a lot of times, even in relationships, we never get the full story, and we jump
Hmm.
to conclusions and judgment. And I loved in this book that it shows you what happens when you do that.
Uh-huh.
And it felt so real. Like this book, but I really like could picture this being somebody's life. I have even people in it. Don't be doing me. Don't do me. Mind your business. And I'll be that, but don't be doing me on my life. I could appreciate a good story, old or not. Thank you very much.
All right.
But for real, it was just so, and that's what I told people I love about stories. I think even in my own relationship, I said reading books always like, let me hear them out. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear the whole picture, story, the
Yeah.
conclusions, make sure my emotions in check before you address things. Because in any movie, any book, any real life situation, usually it gets crazy because of that. No one heard the full story. Everybody's emotional, and you don't get anywhere like that. And this book was just, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really, really did. And I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure. I'm like, it's the first book, um, how's it gonna be? And I tell people all the time, I love independent authors because one, as you can see, when in this case, I own my own business. So I always try to support people who are doing their own thing, especially my melanin sister and people because obviously I'm
Hmm.
popping. and I want to spread the word. And I was just like, I was like this girl, and I told my sister, I said, this book is for you. It really, really is. And for it to be her first book was just phenomenal. Excellent, excellent job. If nobody tell you else, tell people mind their business. Whitney from
Thank,
Whitney told me 5 stars, and I believe her.
thank you.
And I can't wait for book number 2. So please tell us what you have coming up. When can we expect it? How can we support you? How can we like follow you on your writing journey so that we can keep up with the latest going on with you?
You can follow me on Instagram, author Camille V. It's the same for TikTok too, and Facebook. And uh, June I'll be at Indie Love in Tennessee, Nashville, and then in I think it's November I'll be at in Houston at dang Boots dang I forgot the name of the event. I know, sad.
Follow her and you know where she's gonna be if y'all follow her.
Right. It's posted on my site. I forgot the name of it.
And
But far as the books, I'm trying to finish up with Jewels and Tasha. I think I'm like 4 more chapters and it's finished, but they stuck right now.
so I'm saying
But it's
that means
coming.
soon.
Right. Exactly.
Oh my god, I can't wait. And please, when you drop it, you need to inbox me because I am a busy person. Everybody know that, but I make time for my reading. So if you let me know like what the book is dropped, believe me, boo, I will down get that book right then and there.
I will. I'm gonna let you know.
Like not saying that you ain't busy, but that's my request that you let me know that it's dropped. I'm supposed to go to Indie Love, but I don't see how I can be going to Indie Love, especially now with all the snow days up here. And they're like
Oh,
at a school, even though I run my business, I work at a school, and it looks like we will still be in school till after that, which is kind of pissing me off.
oh,
But like we got no school tomorrow already because they have a blizzard, and they're already saying we're gonna be in school till like Juneteenth. And I'm like, how am I gonna get down there and get back to be back at work? You know,
dang. Look,
I
my
already
daughter wanted some snow, but we didn't get nothing here.
that we've been having snow. This has been the most snow we had in a while. So what we gonna do? I live in New England, so New England, we're gonna get snow. But that's the only thing. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm trying to save money, but I'm like, I really want to go because a lot of good authors that I've been conversing with are going to be there, and I haven't been in Nashville. But the more I look at it, and I'm like, can I do a round trip? I'm trying to see if I could probably do it. If I could go Saturday, but I did the meet and greet too. Like I got for the meet and greet, that's Friday night.
Hmm.
So I'm like, what I'm gonna do? Leave work, try to get a flight there, try to be like, you know what I mean? And my mom was like, you sure you want to go to Nashville? I said, I want to, but it just now they keep on pushing how far we're gonna be back in school, and I'm like, how am I gonna make that work? Maybe I could take that Friday off because it is technically Juneteenth, like they together school system and
Yeah.
work, but I don't know. Still in the air. I haven't canceled it completely because I still got my ticket, but I
Well,
just
if
keep
you come, look, I'll be there.
know that I can get the signed copy of this. You can like tell my favorite person, Whitney for this. But I'm telling you, please keep us informed. And on Whitney Escapes Book Club on Facebook, if you're not following us, please join because I told all the authors, you have something going on, post. I post all the books I read and stuff like that, my authors of the month. But I told authors, that's a free platform. I have like 300-400 people on there that or who all are
Hmm.
new readers. So if you put it on there or interact, I don't have a problem with that because we're here just to, enjoy your work because we're grateful that you take the time to share your gift with us in writing. But I just want to say thank you so much for spending your Sunday evening with me to go over this fabulous book that you have wrote. And I just pray that you have so much success and keep up the great work because this was a great way. You came out swinging, and I was highly impressed. And I was like, because I've seen a lot of people first work versus now, and you can see the difference. Your first book was you did a fabulous job. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Look,
it was a pleasure reading. It was absolutely a pleasure reading it, and I literally finished it sometime this wee hour this morning. But it's okay. I don't think this was so freaking good. I
Well,
just
next interview, I'll be able to show my face a little. But right now, I look the way Derek House was smelling.
definitely have when your next book come out, we can read it and do a continue. But you gotta tell me so I can put it up there. Like say if you say, oh, it's coming out in June, and I don't have any, but I'll put you in June, so then we could like or the following month, so I can have so it could be like when you still get it in, I can help us out. So just definitely let me know, and I'll definitely have you back on here. This was a great.
Okay.
And for all my viewers, you heard her. Follow her on all social media platforms. Make sure you support her. If you haven't read it, you should know by now the book is worth the read. Like you want the details, you have to read this book. And all my viewers who come Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching me from, I appreciate you. Until next time, guys. Bye.
Do you work too much, constantly on the go, miss hanging out with friends, family, or even yourself? Do you ever feel like you need an escape? Whitney's Escapes is here to help with just that. We specialize in family travel, autism travel, group trips, vacations, staycations, and more. So when you're ready for your next escape, make sure you contact us at whitneysescapes.com. Follow us on social media at Whitney's Escapes as well. Whitney's Escapes, where your dreams become your reality.